G'day mates! Today we're diving into the incredible land down under. Australia. This place is chock full of more beauty and wonder than you can shake a stick at, from its rugged outback to its vibrant coral reefs. We're about to embark on a wild adventure, uncovering some fascinating facts about this sunburnt country that might just blow your socks off. Get ready to meet some of the most unique and amazing creatures on the planet. We're talking kangaroos hopping across vast plains, koalas cuddling up in eucalyptus trees, and the ever-elusive platypus, a creature so bizarre it seems to have been stitched together from spare parts. And that's just the beginning. So buckle up and get ready for a wild ride as we uncover the hidden gems and incredible facts that make Australia a land like no other. Crikey, let's go. Now you might think of Australia as this big, tough continent, and you wouldn't be wrong. It's actually the smallest of the world's continents. But hold your horses. It's also the largest island on the planet. Talk about a double whammy. We're talking a whopping 7.7 million square kilometers of deserts, rainforests, mountains, and beaches. That's bigger than you could ever imagine. You could fit all of Europe inside it with room to spare. And let me tell you, this place is jam-packed with more natural wonders than you can poke a stick at. From the mind-blowing beauty of the Great Barrier Reef to the spiritual heart of Uluru, there's something here to take your breath away around every corner. And then there's the Outback, a place so vast and wild it'll make your heart skip a beat. It's a place where time seems to stand still, and the ancient spirits of the land whisper through the red dirt. Australia is like a living, breathing museum of evolution. It's home to some of the most unique and incredible creatures on this planet. Animals you won't find anywhere else, mate. First up, we've got the kangaroos, those bouncing beauties that can leap further than a car. And their adorable cousins, the koalas, who spend most of their lives snoozing in eucalyptus trees. They're so cuddly, you just want to give them a big hug. But don't be fooled by their cuteness. Some of these Aussie animals are tough as nails. Take the saltwater crocodile, for instance. These fellas are prehistoric predators, some of the biggest reptiles on the planet, and they've been around since the dinosaurs. And then there's the platypus, a creature so strange it looks like it was designed by a committee. It's got a duck's bill, a beaver's tail, and lays eggs like a reptile. Now how crazy is that? Now, while Australia might be famous for its wildlife and wide open spaces, don't think for a minute that it's all just bush and outback. Oh no, mate. This country's got a beating heart of cities that are as modern and vibrant as any you'll find. We're talking about places like Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, Adelaide. Each one's got its own unique personality and charm. Sydney's got that iconic Opera House and Harbour Bridge. Melbourne's famous for its coffee and culture. And Brisbane's got that laid-back, sunny vibe. But here's the thing about Australia. Even in the middle of these bustling cities, you're never too far from the great outdoors. Whether it's a stroll along the beach, a hike in the hills, or a barbie in the park, Aussies love to connect with nature. And speaking of Aussies, let me tell you, these people are some of the friendliest and most down-to-earth you'll ever meet. They'll welcome you with open arms and a smile as wide as a kookaburra's laugh. Chapter 4. A Tapestry of Cultures. Australia's got a history as rich and diverse as its landscapes. For thousands of years, this land has been home to the oldest living cultures on Earth, the Aboriginal Australians and Torres Strait Islanders. These are the traditional custodians of this land, and their connection to country runs deep. Their stories, art, and traditions are woven into the very fabric of Australia, and it's a privilege to experience their ancient wisdom. But Australia's story doesn't end there. Over the centuries, it's become a melting pot of cultures, with people from all corners of the globe calling this place home. It's a tapestry of languages, cuisines, and traditions, all adding to the richness and vibrancy of Aussie life. From the bustling Chinatowns to the lively Greek cafes, from the aroma of Italian pizzas to the sounds of Vietnamese markets, Australia's a celebration of diversity and multiculturalism. Chapter 5. The Land of the Fair. Go. Now let's talk about how this great southern land is run. Australia's a constitutional monarchy, which means they've got the Queen as their head of state. But don't worry, she doesn't live in a palace down here. The real boss is the Prime Minister, who's elected by the people. It's a system that's all about fairness and giving everyone a fair go, which is a big part of the Aussie spirit. They believe in looking after each other, lending a hand when someone's down and having a good laugh along the way. It's a place where you can be yourself no matter who you are or where you come from. And that's what makes Australia so special. It's a country with a big heart, a can-do attitude, and a spirit of adventure that's impossible to resist. Chapter 6. Landmarks that'll blow your mind. Alright, let's talk about some of the jaw-dropping landmarks that make Australia a photographer's dream and a traveler's paradise. First up, we've got Uluru, also known as Ayers Rock, a massive sandstone monolith that rises out of the red dirt of the outback. This place is sacred to the Aboriginal people, and you can feel the ancient energy as soon as you lay eyes on it. The way it changes color with the light is just magical. Then there's the Sydney Opera House, that iconic building that looks like a giant sailboat billowing in the wind. It's one of the most recognizable buildings in the world, and a testament to Australia's creativity and love of the arts. And of course, we can't forget the Great Barrier Reef, the largest coral reef system in the world. It's a kaleidoscope of colors and marine life, home to thousands of species of fish, turtles, sharks, and corals. It's like swimming in an underwater wonderland. Chapter 7. Sport is life. Now, Aussies are a passionate bunch, and nothing gets them fired up more than sport. Whether it's cricket, Aussie rules football, rugby, or swimming, they love to cheer on their teams and celebrate their sporting heroes. Cricket's like a religion down here, especially during the Boxing Day Test match. And Aussie rules, well, that's a game that's as unique and exciting as the country itself. They've produced some of the greatest athletes in the world, from swimmers like Ian Thorpe and Dawn Fraser to tennis legends like Rod Laver and Margaret Court. And don't even get me started on their cricketers. So if you're ever in Australia during a big game, make sure you grab yourself a meat pie and a cold drink and soak up the electric atmosphere. Chapter 8. From the land to the world. Australia's not just a pretty face, mate. This country's got a strong economy thanks to its abundance of natural resources. We're talking about everything from coal and iron ore to gold and diamonds. They're one of the world's leading exporters of agricultural products too, like wool, wheat and beef. And let's not forget about their booming tourism industry. People from all over the globe come to experience Australia's unique wildlife, stunning landscapes, and laid-back lifestyle. It's a country that's got it all, and they're not afraid to share it with the world. Title: G'day mate, the Aussie lingo. Now listen up, because I'm about to let you in on a little secret. Australians have their own unique way of speaking the Queen's English. They've got slang words and phrases that'll make your head spin. But don't worry, you'll pick it up in no time. They shorten every word they can. Brekkie for breakfast, Arvo for afternoon, servo for service station. You get the idea. And they love to throw in a g'day or a mate wherever they can. But it's not just the slang, it's the accent. That laid-back sing-song way of speaking that's as Aussie as a kangaroo in a hat. Once you've heard it, you'll never forget it. Chapter 10. Stars from Down Under. Australia's produced some of the biggest names in Hollywood, from actors and actresses to musicians and directors. We're talking about A-listers like Nicole Kidman, Hugh Jackman, Kate Blanchett, and Chris Hemsworth. They've graced the silver screen, won Oscars, and stolen our hearts with their talent and charisma. And let's not forget about the Aussie musicians who've taken the world by storm like AC/DC, Kylie Minogue, and Sia. These Aussies have shown the world that this little country down under is a breeding ground for talent and creativity. They're proud ambassadors for their country, and they never forget their roots. Chapter 11. Kangaroos, koalas, and more. Alright, let's get back to the animals. Because let's face it, that's what everyone wants to see when they come to Australia. And trust me, you won't be disappointed. We've already talked about kangaroos and koalas, but there are so many other amazing creatures to discover. Like the emu, the second largest bird in the world, that can't fly but can run like the wind. And then there's the Tasmanian devil, a ferocious little marsupial with a powerful bite. They're endangered now, but there are efforts underway to protect them and ensure their survival. And don't forget about the wombats, those adorable creatures that look like miniature bears. They're expert diggers and can create burrows that are a complex network of tunnels. Chapter 12. From tropical rainforests to snowy mountains. Australia's a land of diverse landscapes, and with that comes a variety of climates. You've got everything from tropical rainforests in the north to snowy mountains in the south. The northern part of Australia is known for its wet season, which brings monsoonal rains and lush vegetation. It's home to the Daintree Rainforest, the oldest rainforest in the world. The southern part of Australia has a more temperate climate, with warm summers and cool winters. It's here that you'll find the famous wine regions of the Barossa Valley and Margaret River. And then there's the Outback, which has a desert climate with scorching hot days and cool nights. It's a harsh but beautiful environment that's home to a unique array of plants and animals. Thanks for joining us on this journey through Australia. Whether it's the unique wildlife, stunning landscapes, or rich cultural history, there's always something new to discover in this amazing country. From the rugged outback to the vibrant coral reefs, Australia's a land of contrasts and surprises. It's a place where adventure awaits around every corner, and the people welcome you with open arms. So, what are you waiting for? Start planning your Aussie adventure today. Catch you next time, mates.